Hi guys, Aniket here. Today I'll be talking about what Game of Thrones has taught me. Now you can go online and literally find thousands of stuff about analysis, reviews, fan theories, but this is not one of those things, not exactly. I'll be talking basically about what Game of Thrones taught me as a person and the evolution that I went through in my life as I watched from season 1 to season 7. And the things that I had to question about reality and life, the arguments that I made on topics because things that came out of Game of Thrones and how it ended up impacting my psyche. Before I begin, let's be honest, Game of Thrones is the greatest TV show ever made. I know there are like many people out there going to not agree with me, especially the way season 8 ended. Deal with it. Now, there are four fundamental things I want to talk about. The number one, choices. Now, Game of Thrones is fascinating and amazing, not because of the production values, and definitely not because of the amazing battle sequences they throw at us. I mean, Battle of Bastards, best episode ever made. But it's the characters. The fascinating characters like Tyrion, Jaime Lannister, Jon Snow, Daenerys, Arya Stark, Sansa, Theon. I mean, I can literally go on and on about that. These amazing characters and how they find themselves in certain situations. Situations where they have to make a choice. A choice made in that moment and the consequences they have to deal with of the aftermath of it all later on. And then the choice they may have to make in that situation, then next. That's what makes Game of Thrones amazing for me. The choices we have to keep making. Each character goes through that. We go through that. And that's what defines a character. Defines the character we have inside of us. Because life isn't something that you can predict. It's unpredictable. The twists and turns, like Ned Stark's beheading, Red Wedding. I mean, literally, I didn't see that coming. Jon Snow's death, Arya Stark's killing the Night King, Daenerys burning King's Landing. Life is like that. We don't see things coming. The accidents, the losses, the breakups. But what we do in those moments as a person, how we deal with it, the choices we make in that moment, defines us. A perception gets made, a perception about ourselves within us, and a perception others have for us. Jaime Lannister, for example, not a bad guy, but he keeps making the wrong choices. He ends up having that perception about himself and of the other people towards him. Choices. Number two. Number two is freedom. Since we are like kids, we talk about freedom, the freedom struggles of different countries, India, America, South Africa, everywhere. There's freedom. And keep making movies, TV shows, books, and all that about freedom. But what is freedom? Define freedom. I think the best definition I found was in Game of Thrones. When Maine's Raider says to Jon Snow, the only freedom I ever wanted was the freedom to make my own mistakes. Isn't that what freedom is supposed to be? Freedom to make my own mistakes, freedom to love who I want to love, freedom to choose the person I want to be, freedom to do something silly and to deal with it. Unfortunately, that freedom, the world we live right now, is not a guaranteed freedom. Not even countries like America that we kind of hold the beacon up to. Like, that's what freedom's supposed to be. It's not even there. The news and all, they kind of tells you. So that's what freedom meant to me and what I learned through Game of Thrones, what freedom is. Some freedom that I want to have. A freedom that I want to give to other people. The next generation that comes after me. I want to give them that freedom. Number three, power. Now, this is something that fascinated me throughout my childhood, especially Hitler. How the hell did Hitler come to power? Why did he come to power? And then, what is power? And Varys gave the best definition of what power really is. Power resides where men believe it does. It's like casting a shadow on a wall, an illusion. That's what power is. An illusion that we create, stories we make, to blame one section of society, to put blame on this particular people, throw them into jail, throw them out of the country, and all that stuff. That's what power is. And as I have grown older, in last 10 years specifically, I've learned what power really is, why certain people in power, in politics or somewhere, how they have power, and what power is, the illusions that they cast through media landscape. Kind of get start to dissect through it, go through that murk that sometimes gets thrown at our way. There's something I learned from Game of Thrones, to understand what power really is, where it is, and how it is being used against us at times. Something very interesting to think about. Now, number 4, and finally, honor and duty. Now, I come from an army background. My father was an army officer, and he taught me the concepts of duty and honor. And I believe that a lot. But Game of Thrones made me question it. Made me, as I grew older, question aspects of what duty and honor is. Do you keep following the commands of the officer set above me, even when that officer tells you to kill certain people, to annihilate a village? Do you still do it? Is that duty? Is that honor? Do you choose between your family and your duty? Even meaning knowing that your family is going to get killed or something? These hard questions, these arguments, that what Game of Thrones put in my head. And I don't even right now have the right answers, because I think as I keep growing older, I'll keep having a revisitation to these ideas, these concepts. Something you and I can do, something you can do if you watch Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones to many people is just a fantasy show. It is not. It's a well written TV show about people trying to deal with themselves, with each other, and the situation that they're in. Just like us. Just like us, we are in a moment trying to deal with our friends, family, co workers, people around us, people above us, below us, inferiority, superiority, whatever. Was that what life is, isn't it? How you make decisions, the choices, the freedom you want to have, the power you want to hold, and the honor and duty that you want to pass on to the next generation and still live a life based on it. So that's what Game of Thrones taught me. Maybe if you watched it, you might find it too. Maybe it means something else to you. Anyways, thank you for watching this. Subscribe, hit the like button. See you later. Bye bye.